Welcome to Becoming Saiyans.
A Dragon Ball rewatch podcast.
And we're back. I'm Truman.
And I'm Jesse.
And this is Becoming Saiyans, a Dragon Ball rewatch podcast. On today's episode, we'll be talking about episodes 35 and 36, titled Cold Reception and Major Metallitron. A bit of trivia for the first episode is that Goku burns his tongue. That was an anime exclusive. In the manga, General White's men follow Goku on foot, but in the anime, they follow him in those giant tanks and shoot up a bunch of buildings and stuff before they get to Suno, to her house. Goku gives a more detailed description of the Dragon Balls in the anime, telling them about the Pilaf saga. But also in the anime, Goku is in the bathroom when they shoot up. In the manga, he's not in the bathroom. He just defeats them right as they walk in the house. It's like, oh no, there they are. Boom. Like, Goku defeats an extra pair of soldiers on his way, and that doesn't happen in the manga. Some of the trivia now is when Goku is telling Sano about the time Shenron was summoned. In the Japanese version, you get a song. In the English dub, it's silent, and they just talk the whole time. And then two of the soldiers Goku meets on his way resemble the bullies of Orin Temple. This also happened with two of Colonel Silver's group, in The Legend of a Dragon a couple episodes ago. So it just seems like Orin Temple is just funneling their guys into this army.
If you have one of two choices when you fail the Orin Temple, you either go join the Red Ribbon Army or you find Roshi.
Yeah.
It seems like most people will go join the army.
Yeah. And then moving into the next episode, differences from the manga. The two scenes with Sano worrying about Goku, exclusive to the anime, which makes sense. Like, and the way stories are told, like, you wouldn't want to be like, meanwhile, and cut back to like, oh no, is he okay? Like, that's just a waste of panel space, And then in the manga, the fight between Goku and Major Metallitron ends very quickly after the head falls off. But in the anime, you get to watch him fight for a little bit longer, using the power pole through him and everything till the battery shut down. And then the trivia for for Major Metallitron is in the shot where Goku runs and then jumps to kick him, the floor stops moving after he jumps. In the scene where Goku comes out of hiding, General White exclaims, "How could he dodge that?" directly after the words, "Very good," can be heard faintly. This sounds like someone is congratulating the voice actor on their performance, and it just like snuck through under the editing process.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
Metallitron's appearance is similar to the T-800 of the Terminator franchise, which we both pointed out Terminator reference,
Yeah, we immediately it was like the Terminator reference.
Yeah.
I've not even watched those movies. I'm real guilty as charged, but anyone could pick that up.
Yeah, and then Goku, when he exclaims, it's also a reference to when he exclaims, "You're back!" It's the second time he gets up, which is in reference to the "I'll be back." Yeah. And then Goku's final attack to kill Metallitron, which is a head-on penetration to the chest, is the same one, blankety blank, 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 blank. If you know, you know. And with that, that's all we got here, boys. And so we're going to move into our recap previously on Dragon Ball. The Red Ribbon Army are hot in pursuit of Goku, but Sano has a little village and her mom who kind of fill him in on what's going on. They tell him there's this big crazy tower where the chieftain is at, and Colonel White is forcing everyone to work and slave away to try to get this Dragon Ball, or they will hurt the chieftain. Goku doesn't like this very much. They're bad guys. Well, you know what Goku does to bad guys. He beats the crap out of them. So he beats the crap out of the couple who have been following him, and then beats the crap out of what it looks like the people watching over the townsfolk who are out digging. Before he makes his way to the tower and beats the crap out of them there. Once in the tower, in the next episode, he makes it to the third floor and runs into Major Metallitron, which is a android robot monster thing. And is really hard for Goku to beat, and actually gives Goku a run for his money before Goku blows his head off, blows both of his arms off, and then the batteries run out.
I mean, it feels like probably the second or third hardest battle Goku's had so far in the anime.
Yeah, and that's what you missed on Dragon Ball. Jesse, go for it.
You pointed out, I think at the end of the second episode, or maybe the first episode, but like we're finally getting into the meat and potatoes of this arc.
Yeah,
we've kind of stopped stalling. It's like, okay, now Goku's like, we're locked in. We know what we're doing.
Yeah. Goku now knows that there are bad guys he's going to have to beat up and is on his way to beat them up. And that is much better than Goku aimlessly wandering around trying to do something and just so happens to get into part of that with the, running into the bad guys just so happens,
Yeah, it's nice to see like what happens when Goku like locks in.
Yeah.
Like it's like when Goku locks in, it's like, okay, yeah, get out of his way.
Yeah,
he's here.
One of my favorite things is from later in the first episode, towards the end, where how easy it is for Goku to figure out what to do, and it was the mom being like, "Do you know who's out there?" And Goku goes, "Yeah, bad guys. We got to take down the bad guys. Like I'm gonna go beat them up. Like that's how easy it is. They're being mean, so I'm gonna go take care of them." Mm-hmm. And that's just like how easy it is for him. He's just like, "I'm a good guy. Good guys beat up bad guys. They're bad guys, so therefore I beat them up."
Yeah, like let's go. I know what my job is. It's to win.
I don't sure. Could I get the do I need to get the Dragon Ball? Is that still my primary objective? Yes, but a close secondary objective is beating the crap out of these bad guys.
And I'm sure at some point soon in the next couple of episodes, Goku's going to learn what they're planning on using the Dragon Balls for, and then it's like fully locked in. I can't let you have those.
Yeah,
like I imagine.
Yeah, because
like a pseudo prediction. Like he's gonna have to figure it out at some point.
Yeah, and it's because so far, like we talked about during our last episode, like if Silver just asked nicely and didn't blow up Nimbus, or if like those other two guys just asked nicely, he would have just gave him the ball. Would have just given it. He's like, "This isn't even the one I want. This is worthless to me. Here, go ahead."
And it's even kind of brought up in this episode, like how that vibe has shifted for him. With it, like in a really small line, whereas like Suno asks him like, "Why don't you just give him that Dragon Ball? You don't even want it." And it's like it's immediately Goku's just like, "Yeah, they're bad guys. I'm just gonna go beat them up." Like, yeah, he doesn't say it, but it's like it's immediately what the vibe is. It's like, yeah, I'm just gonna go beat them up because I don't want them to have anything good.
Yeah,
because they suck.
Yeah, and that's like literally the thing is it was like before like
he didn't recognize them as like bad guys.
Yeah.
So they weren't a threat. He's like, yeah, I can just give this to you. But now like they've shown their true colors. They've chased him down. He realizes they're terrorizing villages. He's like, okay, now I'm just gonna beat all these guys up.
Yeah.
Because honestly, it had been kind of weird how Goku had missed all of the other like big trauma outside of like when they beat up Ox King.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the Ox King is the only time we'd seen them like act out, and it's like even then he hadn't really fully put two and two together at that point in time.
Yeah, he just knew somebody beat up the Ox King, and
he didn't know it was the army.
Yeah, he didn't know it was the army. He thought it was this one dude. Because like when he was going up against Silver, he's literally just like, "You're the one who hurt the Ox King, and you blew up Nimbus. I really don't like you right now." He was put together like, "Oh, and you're part of a grand conspiracy that's also like gonna harm a bunch of more people."
And also part of it is Pilaf's also there, so he's distracted by Pilaf as well.
Yeah,
so
it does feel like Pilaf has bowed out at this point for at least a little bit. Like
the next time we see Pilaf, we'll probably maybe he has like a Dragon Ball.
Yeah, but that like looking back on it now, it feels like Pilaf being in the beginning of the anime exclusive arc was just kind of like so to just show you like power scaling villains. These guys are on a different level than Pilaf. Pilaf could be dangerous if you got all seven.
It's two ways. It's like they're showing you Pilaf like, hey, Pilaf still exists, but they're also showing you Pilaf as you said, where it's like, yeah. Also, these guys way worse than Pilaf.
Yeah, like Pilaf for the most part.
They're full of people who can actually get things done for the most part.
Yeah, Pilaf you could mostly leave alone just as long as you had one of them. He's pretty much a non-factor. Like he seems to have limitless resources, but only two people to work for him. So like, as long
two
as
people and a bunch of machines.
Yeah, so like he's pretty much a non-factor as far as like aggression and like hurting people, but when it comes to actually like getting stuff done, these guys are a major step up, which is shown in the first time we see them.
They killed the shopkeeper. Yeah. Granted, you could guess the shopkeeper pulls a gun.
Yeah, but
in a court of law, you'd be like, well, self-defense. He was going to shoot me first. I shot him first.
Yeah,
I just had a quicker trigger finger.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like they are the first like villain that we see like actually take a life in the show.
Yes, and that was what I was saying. Is like it feels like they used like Toriyama and the people who make it in the anime,
which is a great way to do it.
Yeah, used the villain from the last arc to be like, so you thought he was bad? Well, check out what this guy's gonna do. And I know they do this later in the show too, where it's like the biggest bad of all time is there, and then like a new person shows up and is like, I can beat these guys easily, but the next bad guy is gonna be worse than them, you know?
Yeah, look, it's how you do storytelling like this.
Power scaling.
It's an easy way to do storytelling. It's the same thing like you would do in D&D. It was like, okay, well, you know, your first, like, when you're level 1, your first threat is, oh, there's a bunch of goblins, a goblin camp, or like a bunch of bandits threatening this town. And then, like, you find out, you know, you beat up those bandits, and as you're beating up those bandits, you find out, oh, they're linked to, like, a full crime ring, and you go kill the crime ring. It's like, oh, it's actually government corruption. And by the time you're level 15, you're fighting gods. So it's like, you're fighting a corrupt god.
Yeah.
So it's like, it is how you tell a story in a linear way. But it's really well done. How they immediately, like, okay, boom.
You thought Pilaf was bad. Pilaf, like, even though most of the time we were laughing at him, like, he could be a threat. These guys are threats, even without the Dragon Balls.
Because, I mean, you do have moments where you're like, oh, Pilaf could actually, like, he could win this. And then, of course, in classic Pilaf Manchu fashion, you know, someone trips over a shoelace and they lose.
Yeah. But, like, these guys are a threat with or without the Dragon Balls. Like, they're somebody that Goku and the crew need to take down, whether or not they get the Dragon Balls. And so, yeah.
And if they get they also have people who, if they get all the Dragon Balls, aren't beating around the bush to make a wish.
Yeah, they know exactly what they're wanting and they're ready to do it.
Like they're here with a purpose.
Yeah, they definitely feel more driven and more vicious and more of a threat.
Just also vastly bigger numbers.
Yeah,
which makes a huge difference.
Yeah, like one thing
they are actually an army.
Like one thing we know is that even though Goku does have a lot of stamina, like one way you can get past there are 3 major ways you can get through Goku: food, which is part of his stamina, right? If you make him fight an endless battle,
the food bar.
Yeah. His stamina in general, and then we found out in the last episode and these 2 episodes that the cold
and his tail.
Yeah,
his tail's more like you have to get there first.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like none of the people in the Red Ribbon Army seem to be that threatening outside of Major Metallitron. Like he actually seemed like a legitimate threat.
I pointed out like Ninja.
The ninja guy could be, but we don't know much about him.
I mean, he like just the way he's bouncing around and like how quick he is.
Yeah, but that again, that's part of it. Is this is kind of like a gauntlet. This is like Goku's gauntlet that he's gonna have to go through. You know. And so, like, if you just keep throwing bodies at him...
Throwing, like, capable bodies,
yeah.
too.
And, I mean, even if they weren't capable, if you're just throwing 1,000 men at Goku, it's the whole, you know, like, 1,000,000 lions versus one of every Pokemon or whatever. Like, you just throw enough at him, like, eventually he'll wear out. And then White, whether he's more capable or less capable than Silver... If you put Silver in White's position and he's fought for 30 days and 30 nights by the time Goku gets there, you know, like Silver could beat him, you know, because it's just eventually he just wears out.
Eventually, there's going to come a point in time where he's so tired that his strength and his speed and everything has been sapped so much that you're going to have somebody who can beat that limit that he's at now.
Yeah, and can hit the kill shot, you know. And I really did. I know you pointed it out when we were watching, but putting like General White or Colonel White or whatever in the snow was a smart idea.
Yeah.
What did you think about his accent going into voice acting?
White's accent?
Yeah.
I mean, it's better than what is it? Like
Red.
Like at least it's consistent.
Yeah,
it's a very consistent. It's hard to place. I think they're just looking kind of for like.
I was thinking Eastern European, like Russian, the Slavs type of thing.
Like someone you would be like, oh, if it's snowing all the time, that's an accent you expect to come across.
Yeah, the Serbian, that kind, that Eastern European, I just thought I put. Russian,
I guess I can't really say Balkans because the Balkans are a little lower than that.
Yeah, but I just put Russian just as like a general. I don't think it is Russian.
But honestly, if it's weird, as bad as it's gonna sound, it's a very Soviet accent.
Yeah, it's just the Soviet damage. Yeah,
It's lighter because obviously the heavy like Soviet or like Armenian, like all of them, is the Terminator. You know, Metallitron, like that. That's like heavy Eastern European, just because that's who Arnold is.
Yeah, but that's what he's going at as well. It's just that like Soviet stuff, you know.
Yeah, and I mean, when you're thinking about it, like while this is being written, like you are, like this was being written and like animated, I think pre-Chernobyl.
Yeah, and it was
This is like you're still kind of like at the heart of the Soviets.
Yeah, and it was in like in the 80s too. So even like
the 70s and 80s.
Yeah,
because I mean, like Chernobyl is 86.
Yeah, well, this was coming out in the 80s, like in
the early 80s.
Yeah, and so like the manga I think was just a little bit earlier than that.
Probably like the 70s.
Yeah,
later.
And so you're still dealing with the USSR. So and the red.
I mean, you're in the Cold War right now.
Yeah, and being like the Red Ribbon Army, the red being very, strongly put into perspective with the Soviets.
Yeah, red army, red ribbon. You just change a few names. Like it's very obvious. This is in reference to like Soviet dominance.
Goku is fighting the USSR.
Especially like even like in American media, like there was a lot of Red Scare stuff like that.
Yeah.
But imagine living in an island just probably 100 to 300 miles off the coast of Russia. Yeah, you're feeling that.
Yeah,
you're feeling that pressure. So it makes sense that this is an interesting outlet to write into.
Yeah.
And I think if you look at a lot of Akira's like early works, like he probably references the Soviets a lot. Yeah. I don't know a whole lot about that, but like he does have references to overwhelming power, a big giant force, threatening smaller people.
Yeah. And I'd been waiting to bring it up because it was not as like forefront.
Heavy.
Yeah.
It was you could make the parallels, but it wasn't,
now it's like more concrete that this is the parallel.
hitting you over the head with it.
Yeah, and so I had the notes here and there about like this feels, like Soviet. Like
we're beating around the bush of just being like we're fighting the Soviets.
Yeah, but this one is like more like they're fighting the Soviets. Like even the main guy is a Russian, like there we go. And I know the main guy is red, but like the main guy of this little miniature arc inside the major arc is white, and he's fully Russian. Jumping hard left turn to earlier in the episode, Suno is gonna catch hands if Chi-Chi hears about her risen up her man. You know what I mean? Like just a hard left turn, but
a hard left turn into Goku is a player without even trying.
Yeah,
Goku just attract. I think we brought it up in the last podcast. It was like Goku just attracts girls of his age.
Yeah. Because it's like he's got Chi-Chi, he's married, he's been like engaged to Chi-Chi without knowing what that means.
Yeah.
And then he just walks in and Suno's like, "You're a boy, you can live with us forever." And her mom being like, "He's not a pet." And she's like, "You're right, he's a boy. That's even better." And then her being like, "You're so strong, and where'd you come from with all that handsome hair of yours and stuff?" It's like, man, Chi-Chi would kill you if she heard you right now. You're talking to her fiance.
You also have to put into perspective. Knowing probably I'm guessing how long the Red Ribbon Army has been operating in this particular area, she could. Who knows how much she interacts with people of like other kids of her age. Yeah. So it's like Goku might be the first person to like her age bracket that's showed up on her front door in forever.
Yeah. My theory on that is that they haven't been around, like, active in this area for, like, an extremely long amount of time.
Yeah,
they probably had a base, because, like, there's no way they built Muscle Tower in, like, a day. But, like, they probably had the base, but it wasn't, like, active, and they weren't, like, using it constantly as, like, what they're doing now.
Because, I mean, you do have to think, like, they started doing a lot of what they're doing for the Dragon Balls, and the Dragon Balls haven't revealed themselves for...
Yeah.
Probably until, if you had a rough estimate, maybe 3 months ago.
Yeah, something most, like maybe. Yeah. And then I like that the soldiers were funny. I don't remember what the joke they made. Oh, it was they almost slid off the cliff and him being like, "Can you check to see if there's an extra pair of shorts back there?"
Yeah, he pooped his pants.
Yeah.
He pooped his pants. I made a note of that too. I was like, he pooped himself.
And then Goku tells the story from the first arc.
There's also another funny thing that happens.
Yep, go for
it. where like another funny soldier moment is Lim like I think the Goku story might happen first, and then they cut back where he talks about the Dragon Balls, like the Dragon Ball story, which is way more accurate than Roshi was, which is kind of funny. I think you pointed that out.
Well, it kind of helps that he's like right there. Yeah.
But it's also. They flash back to like the group of soldiers that eventually raid like Snow's house or Shuno's house.
Snow, I think that's how they were saying it.
Yeah, where they're shooting up an entire house, like just these two like old people's house, this old couple's house.
Yeah.
And like they finish expelling probably 100 plus rounds of ammo. They're like, he's not here. It's like you shut up the entire house. Guess he's not here. It's like you didn't like, and then they rock into Sano's house and they just check everything. Like, why didn't you just shoot first again?
They were like, well, we're almost out of bullets now because of the last time, so I guess we're gonna have to do this slightly different.
Man, we really gotta rethink our strategy. We wasted it's coming out of our pay if we shoot anymore.
We're 300 clicks from base, and we don't have any more bullets. How much you got? I got one clip. What about you? I got one clip. Okay, well we better
make sure we know what we're shooting at.
Yeah, better. We can't shoot until we see the whites.
I just thought it was so funny. I was like, it's like just spraying and praying for about 10 seconds.
I was gonna say, I felt like a minute of just like constant,
and shoot it.
And I will say, this is where this feels like they like, and I'm not. This is one of my few negatives with the episode, is it felt like they extended the episodes at very small moments, and this was one of them where it was like they spent so long on that like shooting part, where it's like, okay, so you're just extending this to pad a little bit of extra time to your episode here
for a pretty funny joke.
It was like,
for me. It got a chuckle out of me when they're like, he's not here. It's like, well, yeah, I would assume he's not. You shot everything but the other living beings in the house.
Yeah. And then one thing I wanted to go back, now that we're back on the Goku Dragon Ball story. He says he has not seen the dragon, which confirms that the movies are an alternate universe.
It does,
because Goku would have seen them if they weren't because of the blood rubies.
Yeah.
So they're completely, And then I pointed out, in case you forgot what the Dragon Balls were for, I know that that's not for us, like us the audience. It's him expositioning towards them, but also like from a storytelling aspect, it's like, in case you're wondering what these balls are about.
I mean, it's also like it's sprinkled in at a time where it's been what, 20 episodes since the Dragon Balls get activated.
Yeah,
at
something
least,
like that.
Give or take. I think almost exactly, because it's episode 35, and the Dragon Balls were used in what, 14 or 15?
Yeah, somewhere around in there. Yeah.
So it's been about 20 episodes, which I'm sure there was probably like a break in there somewhere.
Yeah.
Like, I would assume, just judging by
Yeah.
the immediate shift in like stuff. So it's like they're probably putting it there because it's been a while since the Dragon Balls have been activated, and so here you go.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that makes sense too. Just when you've been binging it, it doesn't feel like it's been that
it's
long.
Like it's designed for like the week to week, extended period between like the tournament arc and everything else.
Yeah,
it's like it's designed for the people who are watching it as it's concurrently coming out.
Yeah,
because I mean, especially back then, you don't think of streaming culture.
True.
Streaming culture, you mean going down to the stream and getting a cup of water? Like that's the streaming culture back then.
You mean going down to the stream and getting water for your culture?
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess that makes more sense. But just watching it, it's just it wasn't as negative because at least it was funny. There was like interjections of like, wait, didn't you just say you didn't see it? How do you know exactly what it looked like?
Let him talk.
Was like that was funny and stuff. And for people who haven't seen the first arc or even the second arc, which doesn't matter, you're just starting right here because somebody's like, hey, have you heard about this Dragon Ball thing that was on TV last night? New episode out today. You got to put those things in there. It's I think Stan Lee said it, that like every Marvel comic is somebody's first comic,
Yeah.
And it's like, so you got to throw in a little bit of that stuff where it'll be like Spider-Man, whose secret identity is Peter Parker. Like you'll just put that little bit of extra blur in the
and
box.
if you're along, and that's also why like not to get on a tangent, but like it reminds me of like different video game like sequels. Like Pokemon's a big one where people always complain about tutorials, and I'm like, dude, every Pokemon is like a new child's chance to get into Pokemon. But imagine like when you were a child, there's like games like
Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald.
I'm just thinking like not even just Pokemon, but like Lion King on the Game Boy, where it's like it sucks when it doesn't like give you a good tutorial, or like you are mad as a kid when a game is hard because it doesn't do enough to explain what's going on in like a super succinct, child-friendly way.
Yeah.
So it's like, like of course it's gonna suck if you've played Pokemon for 20 years and you know you get in a tutorial again. It's like, why can't I just skip this? But at the same time, it's there for people it's their first time ever.
Yeah.
You know, it's there to make new Pokemon fans, not to not to completely to make you mad because you're an old Pokemon fan.
Yeah.
It's the same fact. Like,
I understand that, and that wasn't like that one wasn't as major of a complaint as the shooting one, where I was like, this feels like you're padding.
Yeah.
But that one, I was like, I understand it. I don't like it, but I understand why it's there. You know, for me, it's like whatever. But like, I understand again, taking your brain from 2025 brain to like 1987 brain, and you're watching this for the first, 1990 brain when it's in America, and you missed the first 15 or so episodes because you weren't up at 2:00 in the morning on Cartoon Network when they were showing it or whatever. Whatever it was, I'm just using Toonami as a thing for us because that's what we kind of watched anime first from. If you don't know that, like, there's stuff going on, like the first time I watched Toonami, it was I think it was episode like 17 of Naruto or something. It's like, I don't know what the heck is going on with this,
Yeah.
But like, luckily they're there to tell me Naruto is a ninja who, or whatever. I haven't watched much Naruto, but like they give it an explanation there, and every once in a while you gotta patter those in. The one that bothers me the most was like earlier when they were padding out that whole first little bit with Silver. And it was like, what just happened in the last episode? Okay, we'll just show you everything that happened in the last 5 minutes of the episode.
Oh, also,
that one bothered me.
They also do that in the second episode 36, where they take about a minute or two at the beginning of episode 36. Where there's everything that happened in the last episode.
Yeah, but they do that a lot with these shows with like previously ons, you know.
Well, that seemed like an extended previously.
Oh yeah, it was
compared to what it usually is. That's why I'm saying you do pad stats often, but it is what it is.
Yeah, and it's like anytime you're previously on in though, like I will excuse it away in a previously on, because those can be as long or short as you need them to be. Like, if you're telling the story of getting people into this, like, micro arc and this bigger arc, you probably are going to be, like, previously on Dragon... Like, I'm sure the next episode is going to be, like, previously on Dragon Ball. Goku ran into Sinnoh, and then he had to go to the tower, and in the first tower he fought,
Well, I feel like on the next episode it'll probably be something like previously on Dragon Ball, Goku started to scale the tower, and he ran into a formidable foe. A major
like
Metallitron.
But it'll still be long.
After a long fight, he beat Major Metallitron, and he's now continuing up the stairs to meet Ninja Murasaki.
Yeah, I put Murasaki.
Murasaki.
I don't know how you say it.
I think it's Murasaki.
And then Goku is off to the races. Like, not a hard jump back in, but Goku just like running off into the cold, and then like 2 seconds later he's back. He's like,
it's really cold.
It's like, there we go. There's one of Goku's weaknesses, the cold.
I mean, to be fair, anybody who's wearing what he's wearing in the cold, that's a weakness. Like, I think
a weakness on him. I can handle it.
We have a pretty good cold tolerance, but if you're wearing the equivalent of like basically a bathrobe, or like not even a bathrobe, like a sheet, like a ghost costume, like thin sheet ghost costume. Was what I was gonna. Pajamas, like if you're wearing the equivalent of that, you're gonna probably be cold. Like, even for both of us, it's like we're walking out there with maybe just a pair of like loose boxer briefs and pajamas. You're gonna get pretty cold if you're in Alaska or
what I want to say here is that the thoughts of Jesse does not interrupt or does not agree upon. There are his own thoughts and not thoughts speaking for Trumanism LLC. As he should remember.
Oh, trust me. Like, we have pretty much the same cold tolerance. I'm just saying, like, running around out there is like everyone has a limit.
You don't remember Alaska, Jesse? When I put my my bare feet into the sand on the ground, we took the little picture like the girls do for spring break.
We both did that.
Yeah, exactly, and it wasn't a problem. Therefore,
it wasn't a problem because it was 72 degrees and sunny.
No, it was 60, and the wind and it had been cold for a while. But also, Jesse, I go outside without a shirt on and with just my flip flops when it's snowing outside to throw the trash away. I can handle. I
think everyone does that.
But I'm just saying, Goku, I got one thing on you, buddy. I can beat you.
I have a higher coal tolerance.
I'll take you to Antarctica and I'll beat you up.
Fight me in an ice bath competition.
Yeah, come on, I can handle you.
Let's go to the Titanic Museum and put our hands in the water. I'll beat you there.
Oh yeah, you know it.
I really want to do that. I want to get myself hypothermia because I'm too stubborn to take the hand out.
Yeah. And that is where we jump to the point where Goku gets a brand new outfit.
Yeah. Get snow clothes.
He's got an Arctic wilderness outfit for himself. And him just going, fight me. He's like, hey, are you guys Red Road Army people? And they're like, well, you better go back to your mama. Of course we are. And he's like, fight me. It just immediately.
And then they oblige, and they just get destroyed. I mean, he puts belt to butt. Like, he's just destroyed them.
He does not. He's not taking a single prisoner at this point in the world.
I also love the Looney Tunes moment where he dives into the snow, and you like see him like digging up underneath the truck. He's like, hello.
Yep. And then he just, knocks all them out. Then he pole vaults, or at first he knocks out like the 4 guards outside, which is like all these army people. And you only got 4 people standing outside.
Yeah.
But then he pole vaults up to the 2nd floor. So I guess he just skipped level 1. Like if you're thinking about this being levels,
he just skips level 1.
He just skips level 1 was outside. He didn't even go through it. He jumps up to level 2 and he's fighting. And that's where the end of the episode is. But then he walks in because White's like, the door's unlocked, bro. Like, come on, I can handle you.
Which, like, in the moment you're thinking, why is the door unlocked? And then like he gets in, you start to realize, oh no, because this is a fighting tower. It's a fighting like dojo.
Yeah, it's called Muscle Tower.
Yeah,
which they didn't mention in the first episode, but then they said it in the 2nd episode, like it was common knowledge. That was something I pointed out. They don't say at all what the name of the tower is in the first episode, and then the 2nd episode, the narrator's like, the mysterious Muscle Tower, and it's like, oh, Muscle Tower, cool.
Yeah, unless we missed it.
We did not, because I was listening. They just said tower a bunch.
Yeah.
And he just immediately knocks out the 4 people who were in there, whose names were Beard Man, what was it, black hair, orange hair, yellow, blonde hair. Those were the names. Yeah, and then it was Beard Man and black hair were the name of the other 2. So he just knocks out 4 people basically immediately.
Yeah, Joe in one punch. He one-punch man stuff. Yeah.
And then
they seem like just slightly above average goons.
Yeah. And he after images one of them, which was cool to see the after image come back.
Yeah, he after images the guy who starts shooting a pistol at him.
And it's like, first of all, come on, Goku, what are we doing? You only got so much energy on that hunger bar. You're wasting it on an after image for a bullet. You can just bite it.
He just like me in Diablo. It's like I really don't have to walk all the way over to that dude, so I just like waste energy on like a projectile. Like, okay, I'll get it back in 5 seconds.
Yeah, but for him, it's limited. He doesn't know where the next food he's going to get is.
Yeah.
So, like, dude, just, like, bite the bullet with your teeth, because we know you can do that or whatever,
Or just walk through it.
Yeah.
I guess it comes down to how much more energy does it use to get shot versus leaving an after image.
True.
Like, what's the energy consumption rates? We don't know. We don't have a stamina bar for Goku.
Scientist time. Let's work this out. Okay. The weight of one bullet being shot from a gun. We can assume the gun was a 9mm because that's a custom gun given out.
Well, I mean, it seemed like a kind of a Soviet era pistol.
Okay, so we need to look up what the Soviet era pistols millimeter gauge was. We can do this, Jesse. We're gonna pause here for just a second to crunch these numbers.
We're not gonna do that.
But then he gets to the next floor, and that's where he runs into Terminator Metallitron, Major Metallitron.
Major Terminator. No, Major Schwartz.
Yeah. Major Schwarzenegger. The Metallitron, though, like, no, we're joking right now because it is just like you could.
It's so obviously the Terminator. It's the moment you lay eyes on him and he opens his mouth, you're like, that's a Terminator reference.
Yeah, and it's like for sure, like definitely it is one, but also like this guy. For all the joking we're making right now, is like he might be the most formidable opponent that Goku's fought. Like
that's not Roshi.
That's not Roshi. Outside of Roshi, because he hasn't really ran into anybody else that like has challenged him.
Like I'm trying. I said 2nd or 3rd because I might like, maybe we were like something momentarily slipping. Because I mean, like you could say, there's a slight argument for
Jiren.
Jiren. there's a slight argument for Jiren. There's a slight argument for I'm forgetting the Nom.
Yeah.
There's a slight argument for Nom, where it's like, yeah, they're really good fighters, but I mean, are they putting up the fight that Metallitron did? And you look at it, you're like, not really.
Like Jiren had him struggling for a bit, and then as soon as he didn't, he gave up. So I wouldn't put Jiren in that list.
Yeah.
Nom,
like as soon as Jiren's cheating didn't work, he gave up.
Yeah. And as far as Nom is concerned, it never really felt like to me Nom was ever going to win that match. Like there were moments where it's like, oh no, is Goku going to lose? But it's like, Goku's not going to lose.
It eventually kind of came down to it felt like Goku was like
letting
him have fun.
Yeah, and that's what I think we talked about during that episode. But it was like sometimes Goku does just like test the level that he has to reach. He plays down to his opponent, which is like a negative way of saying what he does. But it's like he knows he's going to win. It's not like in football where momentum.
He's so confident. He's like, I don't want to actually kill you.
Yeah, I'm gonna lower my power level.
Which I think you notice in this episode, like. He's like skipping forward a little bit in the fight. He eventually launches a Kamehameha wave, and
if it were a human, that human is dead.
Yeah, and it's like because he had the confidence. He thought he'd confidently figured out like this dude will live this, and then like it turns out it's a robot, and he blasts the head off. Yeah. Blasts, I think no, doesn't blast the hand off yet.
No, the hand. So what happened?
The hand launches afterwards.
But
he blasts the head of the robot off and like tears a bunch of like the artificial skin on it, and he gets really concerned that he killed him.
Yeah, it's like the Mark Grayson against the bad guy.
I thought you were stronger.
I thought you were stronger.
It's like it's what it feels like there for a moment. Like Goku starts to panic, like, did I misjudge this? Yeah. And then the robot keeps fighting him for probably 5 minutes.
And then he's just confused because, like even...
He's never fought a robot that had a detachable head.
And White is like, yeah, that's a robot. And he's like, okay, cool, I don't know what that means. This is really...
Well, I don't think he can hear White. Because White and Murasaki are just like watching on camera, so they're not on the intercom.
And then the first fist shoots at him, and he like gets knocked out by it, but then gets back up. Yeah. And then he does stick the power pole through the second one. Blows it up. And then he sticks one through the back of the chest, which hurts. And then he does his flying headbutt maneuver right through the chest.
Yeah,
and
the heart.
That's what kind of finally finishes it for you,
Finally finish it, i.e. the batteries run out because it can't sustain itself.
Yeah. But I did really laugh at that stomp when he got back up. He's like, he's finally done. Like he has no arms and no head, and then he just stomp.
Yeah. Metallitron gets up, stomps on top of his head.
Yeah. And then it looks like moving into like prognostication for the next episodes, even though I know it's going to happen. Like they show like teasing that Murasaki's the next guy he's going to fight. And Murasaki seems like he's going to be a different level of formidable, like a different style of formidable.
Yeah, like for as much as I kind of described it while we were watching. I kind of turned to Sherman. I'm like, I mean, it's just nuclear powered tank versus nuclear powered tank.
Yeah, unmovable object meets unstoppable force type of thing.
Yeah, in the Metallitron fight, it's like that Murasaki fight is going to be like, okay, we're testing Goku's speed limit.
Yeah,
I think it's very they're very obviously setting it up. It's from the moment he walked on the door, I was like, okay, this guy's gonna give Goku a little bit of a run around.
Yeah. And it's different than how Metallitron did. Where
like Metallitron was just, I'm gonna keep throwing punches. You're gonna keep throwing punches. I guess it's whoever has the better Rocky gene. Yeah, whoever can ever take. Whoever, as Rocky says, it's not about how hard you can hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward.
Yeah,
and
that was kind of that whole fight. There was just that, like, who is going to win this fight is going to come down to like who can outlast and who can land the biggest hit, basically. Yeah. And then this next one is going to be about who can land the first hit. It's kind of, for Goku,
how it feels like.
Yeah, it's going to feel like who can.
It's because almost certainly, like, for all honesty, Goku, if he connects with Murasaki, I mean, this is the guess. If he connects with Murasaki, it's a one-hit knockout.
Yeah,
Murasaki seems obviously built like full dex build.
Yeah.
No stamina, nothing.
Yeah, it feels like a glass cannon.
No endurance, I guess.
Yeah, it feels like a glass cannon in Pokemon, where it's like this Pokemon's going to get one shot.
What is it, Regieleki?
Regieleki,
or like super fast and hits hard. Or man, if you touch him.
Yeah, or Sneasler in Regulation H.
Yeah, Sneasler's a great example.
Yeah, it's like this thing is going to cause problems, but
if you can survive
they also aren't going
retaliate.
Yeah. It's going to cause you problems, but it also like if you can counter it because it's so frail.
Yeah,
and that's like what it feels like from Murasaki. He's going to cause problems because he's fast and can hit probably pretty hard, or maybe not hard, but can hit often.
He can hit enough that it will like start to wear Goku out if Goku can't finish it fast.
Yeah,
but it's also coming off of what he just fought with Metallitron. How much does Goku still have in the kink?
Yeah. And who knows what happens next. It feels like it should just be wide, but maybe we don't know how many floors there are after Murasaki,
Yeah. The fact that Murasaki can go up to the wherever white is at the top floor and then go back down to the floor 4 like before Goku even gets up there. You'd think that there's not a whole lot left of this tower. Yeah.
But there could, you never know. There could be more too.
Yep.
Murasaki's fast, so he could make it like 6 or 7 floors.
And he knows that they have a shortcut for staff.
Yeah, anything. But whatever.
Like a staff staircase that just goes straight down to your level.
Yeah. And so with that, Jesse, do you got anything else you want to bring up in your notes before we jump into our closing stuff here?
No, we kind of covered everything. Obviously I didn't. I write it down in kind of a silly way.
Yeah.
But we covered everything that I wanted to cover.
Okay. So then moving into our prediction section, Jesse. Your predictions were for the saga, Pilaf is a minor character. I'm going to probably go ahead at this point and give you that point, like knowing what comes further. I don't think he shows back up. I could be wrong. It's been a minute since I've watched it, but I'm going to go ahead and give you that one was a success for you, for your saga guesses.
Woo.
And then moving into the next one, it was a small training arc yet to be seen, but it's starting to lean probably towards yes. Where he's not training with anybody, but he's being trained through experience in these battles,
It's a different type of training.
Yeah. Goku's going to be dragged to the girls' village and help with the problem. Yes, and mostly yes. Like, that wasn't the point of him being there, but he did get dragged into the issue, so I'm going to go ahead and say yes.
Yeah. I mean, that one was kind of there because I'm like, if Goku's getting dragged somewhere, he's probably getting dragged into solve this problem.
Yeah.
Even if they don't know that Goku's there to solve it.
Yeah, Goku doesn't know he's there to solve it, but he will solve it. He'll need to earn their trust. Not really. He's pretty much, you're a boy.
I mean, the only earning their trust he had to do was explain that he wasn't a Red Ribbon Army soldier.
I'm not counting that.
But I wouldn't count it.
Yeah.
I'm not making an argument. I'm just saying, like, the only time they didn't trust him was when he was like, I'm going after Dragon Balls. Are you part of the army that's terrorizing the village? No, I'm not. I'm a kid. He's like, yeah, fair enough. Checked out.
Yeah. And then Goku beats up Red Ribbon Army tracks Goku, and then he beats him up to earn the trust. He does beat him up, and I guess that means that they are more willing to let him leave to go fight the other people.
Yeah, they're more trustworthy. I give that about a 50-50.
Yeah, but you did get the track part and then the beat up part, so I'll give you that. And then robot ? Should have been robot ! Even though I still don't know if they say he's specifically a robot or if he's
I think White like says it one off like, man, that robot's strong or something like that, or like the robot's Brazilian or whatever. I think he drops it very quickly. It's like a 3-word line.
And so then Goku beats up Robot. Yes. So Jesse, you went pretty good on those ones. I mean, you pretty much hit those on the head.
Absolute cinema.
It is funny when you saw, like, when we were watching it, Jesse was like, oh, man, I should have, like, he's not a robot. And then
I did say that. I was like, man, he's not, because at first I was like, he might be a robot. But he seemed like, for some reason, my brain, like, just was like, well, maybe he's not. Maybe he's just, like, a funny Terminator reference, but just a regular dude. Yeah. And then, like, no, he is a robot. Like, the targeting module pops up. Which, by the way, I thought it was really funny that, like, there was an alien reference there. Yeah. On the targeting module. Yeah. That was pretty cool. But, the targeting module comes up and is like, oh, no, he is a robot. Let's go. Yeah. I got it right.
I didn't know if you were going to catch that or not. But, yeah, when Metallitron stands back up and is, like, surveying the field, the Metallitron's like, that is not human. That is an alien. Yeah. Which is the first time we've, like, got confirmation of some sort that he is an alien. Like, we obviously know that through osmosis. But, like...
through just the knowledge of who Goku is as a character and, like, what his backstory is. pretty much everyone and their mom knows Goku's.
It's
Saiyan.
literally
like,
yeah. We named the podcast over it.
Becoming Saiyan.
Yeah, so like obviously we know that part, you know. So moving into the next episodes, Jesse, these ones feel like they're pretty going to be layups for you. Okay, Ninja Murasaki is coming. 5 Murasakis. That's the name of the next 2 episodes. What do you think those mean, Jesse?
Well, I think Ninja Murasaki is coming. No, no, Ninja Murasaki is coming. Probably it's the
Goku.
lead up to Goku and him starting to fight. Like they probably start fighting after like the mid credit scene with Oolong and Goku. They set up the fight, getting ready to start. Like then they cut to the mid credit, and then after the mid credit they start their fight.
I gotcha.
I would guess. I couldn't tell you what's going to happen in the first. I mean, Goku maybe finds a kitchen, eats a bunch of food, and refills his stamina bar. Like I don't know. Maybe
Whatever.
at the beginning of the episode. Who knows what happens at the beginning of the episode? But I'm guessing like at some point towards the end of the episode, their fight starts.
Yeah.
And then the second episode with like 5 Murasakis.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming at the end, maybe at the end of the first episode, or like kind of again right before the mid credit scene.
Yeah.
He like launches a special attack that's like kind of a clone jutsu. But like not obviously not a clone jutsu, but like a clone jutsu where like he sets up multiple after images and like, or like something crazy where like he hits Goku like a bunch of times with a bunch of different copies of himself or whatever.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, like kind of a ninja ability.
Yeah, like I said, that those were pretty much layup ones. Like there wasn't much there. So like, oh no, Jesse, what do you think's gonna happen?
It wasn't milk delivery or wedding plans.
Yeah.
I guess milk delivery wasn't that hard to figure out. But like wedding plans was like, what am I supposed to get from this?
Yeah.
Like Major Metallitron was pretty easy. I'm like, he's probably fighting a robot.
So here's one thing. I'm jumping a little bit ahead. So it shows here that the Red Ribbon Army saga stops at episode 45. But then it goes into another general from the Red Ribbon Army has his own miniature saga, and then it goes into another character from the Red Ribbon saga. Are we just counting these as like part of the same thing? Is that okay with you?
Yeah.
Or do you want to
I think until the Red. Well, I guess it matters when we get there.
Okay.
Like matters what the episodes are like when we get there because. Maybe they're split up like that because, like, well, he takes care of most of the army, but there's a couple of generals left over, like stragglers.
So do you think house cleaning wise, we should like, if we run into that part, because we're gonna run into it where it's gonna, because we're doing 7 and 8, and then 9, and then 40, and then, it's gonna run up into that 3 episode ending. Are you gonna want to do the 3 episode ending when we get there? Or are we just going to run through it? That's my question. And I'm sure the audience will want to know. So.
Yeah, the audience will want to know. Because we don't have to answer that question immediately. Okay. Honestly, if you want to... Because obviously if I do it, I'll spoil it. If you want to like watch around those episodes and see like how the story continues or bridges from those sagas... And see if like there's a big like split, or if it kind of just a continuation.
It's just a continuation. This is where the second movie was supposed to be at.
Yes,
was supposed to be like right at the episode 45. So the vampire one, So like knowing how it goes, these seem like it's just dead set ahead until you get to the next tournament, basically, which is like 100, in like at like episode 67 or 68, Like we're talking like way down the line. We still got like another 30 episodes before we're out of the end of this saga fully.
The end of the Red Ribbon.
Yeah, the end of all of the Red Ribbon. So,
I don't know. I still would be like, hey, go double check, make sure the.
I'm telling you, I'm reading these little synopsises they have here, and it's literally just straight through.
Oh yeah, then we're just gonna probably watch straight through that.
Okay, all right.
Because it's again, if it's definitely just like there's no difference in how the story arc goes, nothing.
It's
nothing
just
really
that
changes.
instead of focusing on these characters that we focused on, we're gonna zero in on a specific character from the army. Instead of focusing on these ones, we're gonna zero.
But we're still dealing with the army.
We're still dealing with the army. It's just a different group.
Yeah. Then I'd just say we'll zoom through until like the official like end of
until
the Red Ribbon.
Until all 7 Dragon Balls and whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, I'm fine with that too. I just thought we should get that out of the way now, since I was noticing we're getting to the kind of towards the end of this one miniature arc,
or like the arc before the big arc before the miniature arcs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And so, with that, I guess, Jesse, there's just a couple more things we got to do here. What is your worst part?
Worst part. I mean, honestly, these are pretty solid episodes. There's not a whole lot.
Yeah.
That's like a waste.
Yeah,
there's no perverted moments. There's no. I mean, like the biggest waste for us is the retelling of the Dragon Balls.
Yeah.
But also, like, when you really sit back and analyze them, like, that's not really a terrible. And it's also, like, probably the most complete, accurate version of retelling to people that we've gotten so far.
Yeah, especially because, like 2 episodes ago we had a retelling, but it wasn't, like,
it was not great.
It was not an accurate retelling of what was going on. And so...
I don't want to, like, cop out and say that. I guess... Because I also don't want to say, like, the shooting up the house.
Because you liked it.
Because I found it funny. But I do like... And I also know, like, if I don't say it, you're going to say it anyways. So why waste a line?
It's hard. It's hard to find, like... I guess, like, if I could throw you one, I guess, like, the fact that they would, like, kind of play up this group of people as, like, an Eskimo-type people, which is not a good thing. It's not, like... It's kind of insensitive would be the only thing.
I mean, not even really, because I think they approach it in, like, a decent enough way.
Okay, well,
it's not, like, terribly, like, because, it's not terribly
even
done. Because they don't spin so long. Even like the new African American black
the black hair,
black hair, like. Even his model already looks improved to the first couple of models we saw a couple episodes ago.
Yeah.
Where it's like, I mean, it's still, you still see exactly what they're going for.
Yeah.
But it's not, like, smacking you in the face.
Yeah.
These are, I mean, they, like, the floor of these episodes is so high. It's like, like, there's not really a terrible part for me.
I mean, we can just jump on the same part where it's like the fact that there were
a little bit of time.
There were slight moments of time wasting.
Yeah,
because again, there isn't a whole lot of bad. I agree. Like that's why I was pointing out that's why
you're like nitpicking.
That's why I was picking at the nits there was because like if I don't like we're just sitting here gloating the entire time and I want to at least have like a little bit of like but like these aren't perfect. These are just
none of these episodes are perfect. But like I mean, as far as there are definitely episodes with way worse floors. Yeah. And there's episodes with way better ceilings.
Yeah, and
these are just so consistent on like the floor is so close to the ceiling of these episodes.
People use mid as a bad thing. I like mid is just like mid like it's average.
It's okay.
And like if this is an average episode of Dragon Ball is a goated series, and that's
awesome.
And it's like this is just a good episode. Like it's not bad.
The 2 episodes are just good.
There's no bads. There's no Roshi perv moments. There's no cultural insensitivities really,
or like no extreme cultural insensitivities.
Yeah, there's there's nothing really. It's just all generally just like good.
It's okay. These are like a solid.
The bad is okay, and the good is great.
These are a solid 7.5, 8, 8 out of 10 episodes, and that's you need those episodes to really make your series decent.
And
you need a lot of those. And
to jump into best part, my favorite part of these episodes is just the fact that like they just felt so much better. Like looking just a few episodes ago, they make the episodes a few episodes ago just look so much worse by comparison. And like those episodes weren't bad either, but like they were slower. They were more tedious.
They were way more filler.
Yeah,
they were like these again as we stated very at the beginning of this pod, pretty much. Like this, we're hitting the meat and potatoes. Like we're finally getting our nutrients in.
Yeah,
we've been eating Skittles one by one for the last couple of episodes, and now we got a nice hearty steak and potato dinner in front of us, and we're chowing down. We got some asparagus. It's awesome.
And like that's I think that's what makes it hard to pick a worst part in these ones is just because like these are good episodes and the average of these episodes are so much higher. It makes the General Silver stuff just look like bad by comparison.
Which sucks because General Silver is actually a legitimately fun character.
I enjoyed him. He kind of reminded me of Cowboy Bebop's main character. Like he kind of looked a little bit like him. The way he acted and reacted to stuff just kind of was generally the same. And I enjoyed him, but looking forward, it's like, man, we're getting into some good stuff right now. And so like my best part, if I had to pick a singular best part, it's the joke where Goku runs out into the cold and then comes back and is like, "Oh, it's cold." And an honorable mention for me is the whole thing where she's like, "Do you know who's out there?" And he goes, "Yeah, bad guys." And it's just like that's an perfect encapsulation of Goku. Yeah. So go for it, Jesse. What's your best part?
Best part. Honestly, I'm gonna give it to the entire like it's gonna be most of the episode. I'm gonna give it to the entire fight. It is nice to see Goku be challenged in a fight. Yeah. In a situation where he kind of thought he was gonna just steamroll everybody. Yeah. It is nice to see him like have to fight a mountain. Yeah. In a literal sense too, because I mean that it is a mountain of a robot. Yeah. Like it is so fun to see Goku get challenged. It gives some stakes because like there are moments where you're like Goku might actually maybe this arc's going a slightly different way, and then he gets back up and just keeps going. Yeah. And then there he goes, the robot's gone. Robot gets back up, keeps going. It's like it's so fun to watch two heavyweights go at it. Yeah. The last time we got to see it again was obviously him fighting against Roshi, which was probably
10, 15 episodes probably. Yeah. Beginning or the end of the last arc. So, yeah.
It's like it's exciting to see it coming, and it's also exciting to know he's got a completely different challenge coming up next week.
Yeah, and that makes it fun because it and it kind of feels like a mini tournament arc because like when he was fighting the regular army guys, it was like him fighting in the prelims.
Just one punch.
Yeah, and then then he gets to the semi or the quarters and he has to fight Jiren, which is like that's Metallitron, and then he has to fight Nam, and that's gonna be like the Murasaki, and then he's gonna have to fight Roshi, who's gonna be presumably white, but we don't know that.
Presumably white, yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna presume it's white until we know something different. But he's gonna fight the next character, whatever it is, if it's white or if it's something else.
I have a theory. Like it feels like white's kind of just a commander, because why else would he be sitting at the top of the tower? Yeah, making sure everybody else is like yelling, "Go fight him!" Yeah, go stop him. So maybe he's not white. Maybe it's a character we don't know yet.
Yeah, maybe it's an unknown force that is there. Yeah,
but it is exciting to have stakes with Goku again, where it's just not just Goku's just flying around in this cloud. He's going to go grab this Dragon Ball. He's going to go grab Dragon Ball. It's like Goku actually has to try. Yeah, and it's exciting to see him have to try. Yeah, after 10 episodes of kind of sort of not trying.
Yeah, those first few episodes with Silver, again, not to harp on those ones being bad in retrospect, because we enjoyed those episodes, but he's never had a problem with Pilaf. Pilaf has never once done anything that's made Goku
the biggest problem we had with Pilaf was getting stuck in
the glass.
The glass.
Yeah.
/ getting stuck in the maze.
Yeah. But even that, it's not he's not he'll figure it out eventually, we're never worried that Goku's not going to just sheer force his way through Pilaf, and at the end of the
day, Pilaf has nothing that can actually legitimately stop Goku.
And they kind of built up Silver as gonna be the Goku stopper, and just for him to
presumably pretty much just one punch him.
Yeah, and I enjoyed it because it was funny, all of that build up into just the fart that was funny. Silver's fight.
Yeah, it is really funny.
It's Silver can take on everyone.
Silver's gonna do this. Silver's got this. And Silver is dead.
he just lays an absolute egg when he gets to Goku.
So much of an egg that he gets demoted from the army and presumably killed off screen.
Yeah, and so with that, comparatively, these guys these fights feel like they have stakes. Whereas going into the fight with Silver, you're like, oh no, what's gonna happen? He just killed Nimbus, But then it's just nothing. At least right now, for the time being, it's these guys can put some work in on Goku. Yeah, Goku's gonna be training through osmosis of these fights, And so I guess if you don't got anything else to say, we'll just go into our goodbyes. Thank you guys for listening. You can reach out to us at becomingsaiyans@gmail.com, or you can find us on any of our social medias, the Instagram, the Twitter, the TikTok. We're on all of those at Becoming Saiyans Pod. We also have our YouTube channel where I've been reposting the shorts that have been on Instagram over there as well. So if you want to reach out to us there, that's also great. Thank you guys all for listening, and until next week, I've been Truman.
And I've been Jesse.
And the journey continues.
Bye!